We have been watching the Republican Party, I was gonna say adapt to what happened last November, but that's not really what they're doing. They are reacting though, in states around the country. They are cracking down on people's ability to vote, to be a part of the political system, while pretending that Donald Trump, who lost epically, who lost repeatedly, who lost pretty much everything, secretly won. So what do the people think about this? What do Republican voters actually think about the way that the Republican Party has responded to what happened in November and in those special elections in Georgia? Well, there's a recent poll by CBS News YouGov, and it asked them about two different paths that the Republican Party could potentially take. So one is to focus on the message. And the actual text that was given to respondents was, the party needs more people to vote Republican, so it should tell the public about popular policies and ideas and will win if more people hear about them. You know, what I would refer to as politics. So that's one path. The other path is the rules. And the text was, the party already has plenty of voters, so it should push for changes to voting rules in the states and districts to ensure fairness and will win once those changes are in place. So to be fair, they don't say in the poll they should really change the rules so less people vote. They try to make it a little bit more appealing. They used a version of the BS narrative that's being pushed by Republicans, that it's about fairness and not, dear God, people voted, we gotta stop this. Well, when given those two choices between the message and the rules, nearly half of Republicans, 47%, chose the latter option. Just 53% preferred a strategy more focused on the GOP's message. So look, that is basically split, basically 50-50. But it is 50-50 between say things that are popular so people will like you and you'll deliver as a responsible political party, and just change the rules. You're good, you don't need to change anything. The party that lost Congress, that lost the Senate, that lost the presidency, doesn't need to change anything. They just need to change the rules. Adrienne, what do you think about this?
Oh, this is so in line with kind of what the Republicans have been doing. They would rather, not cater to people's needs and actually serve constituents, but let me go ahead and suppress others from voting. They are so incredibly corrupt. This is wild.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish that you could somehow separate out all of what like Fox News and the Republican Party and Trump has been doing. Like if you just had the election and then there's none of all that, and then you just really sit down with Republicans and ask, do you think that they need to change it anyway? So right now we don't have that. We have something that is muddled with Donald Trump's insane comments, and we'll get to a couple of those. What Fox News has been saying, they have been trained to believe falsely that elections are fraudulent all over the country. But that said, like, imagine thinking that your party doesn't need to change. Like, you know what I thought after 2016 when the Democrats lost? They suck and they need to do better. And you know what I thought in 2020 when they won? They suck and they need to do better. Like, all parties should be trying to deliver more for the American people. And the evidence for that, I would say, is the fact that people are suffering, that America has tons of problems. To be able to look out and say, no, you guys don't need to change anything, you're doing everything right. Like the Republicans, they presided over the pandemic, the huge economic problems. We've got so many issues, Adrienne, and apparently 47% of Republicans think, nah, they're nailing it. We don't need to do anything right now.
Oh, of course, because if we can just fearmonger more and really ramp it up and suppress the vote, I think that we can continue to stay in power. Like, that would be amazing. This is completely and totally irrational and really kind of maniacal. The fact is that a lot of people left the Republican Party. The New York Times, they did a voting records analysis earlier this year, and they found that nearly 150,000 people had quit the party, and that's in 25 states, even though they don't collect data in 19 of those states. And it really says something about the future of the party. But the unfortunate problem is that our issues run so deep in terms of our isms and keeping people divided that fear mongering, in addition to suppression, may actually work.
Yeah, maybe. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.